A proclamation from our county. I won't read the whole thing, but they are declaring this Fort Shaw Day. And they did that on a couple weeks ago at the courthouse in Great Falls. At this time, I would like to have Bob Thurman come up. He's going to read a speech that was written by his brother, Dick Thurman, who passed away just a couple weeks ago. Thank you.
As we consider our historic heritage here at Fort Shaw and in the Sun River Valley, we must look upon that heritage as an inheritance to be passed along to another generation. For the past 40 years, that has been the continuing goal of the Sun River Valley Historical Society. We have worked hard to record, protect, preserve, and restore that heritage and to pass on a legacy to the next generation. What a great heritage we have. It is not just in the remnants of Fort Shaw or in its restored military cemetery. Our heritage encompasses the vast sweep of history in what is now Montana. Those of us who are lucky to have lived here a lifetime and those who perhaps see it for the first time marvel at the spectacular sunsets. God's paintbrush lighting up the heavens as the sun drops upon the Sawtooth. The Great North Trail lies just 60 miles to the west of us, and we can appreciate that perhaps 14,000 years ago, the first residents of the valley also marveled at the breathtaking beauty that we now see. If we could turn back the clock of time to when Jesus Christ was walking the shores of the Galilee, bringing a new light into the world, we would find that the Piskins right here at Buffalo Falls were already some 800 years old. If we turn back that clock of time to the year 1200, we would be in the midst of an enormous Indian village called Sensukal that once stood here. Looking back to the year 1750, we would find our great Native American heritage as the proud and powerful Blackfeet nations surveyed their vast domain and considered the Sun River Valley to be sacred. The Sun River Valley has known the footsteps of an endless parade of peoples who have left their tracks upon our history. The Blackfeet and the tribes of Native Americans who came before them, the track of the explorer such as Meriwether Lewis and his daring band, the soft foot of the Hudson Bay man, the trapper of beaver pelts, the pioneers of the 1860s traveling on John Mullan's historic road, the prospector seeking to reach the fabulous gold fields in the new territory of Montana, Billy Yank and Johnny Reb coming west to start a new life away from the cauldron of death that was our Civil War, with Johnny bringing with him the virtues of the Old South. The soldiers of the frontier army that garrisoned Fort Shaw, the buffalo hunter, the wolfer, the Catholic missionary priests of the 1860s, the circuit-riding Methodist ministers of the 1870s, the Matisse, the cattleman, the sheepman, the outlaw, the rustler, the frontier lawman, the freighter, the wagon boss, the vigilante, the soil doves of the Sun River Crossing, the homesteaders, the German POWs, much of Hitler's much vaunted Africa Corps. The Sun River Valley knew all of the saints and sinners of the western frontier. You will find that our history is just as thick as the adobe blocks that have held the remains of Fort Shaw together for 150 years.
Thank you. Thank you, Bob.